What's good, YouTube? It's been a little while. Sorry about that. Been busy. Still got a lot going on. Still work part time, animal rescue. We're on our fourth litter of different mom and pups, and it's a lot of work, but I got no issues with it. You know, these animals, they're innocent and they've been abused and abandoned and just really unappreciated. So I myself can't really, I can't look at that and be like, nah, they'll get along without me. That's something that it's kind of deep. It has a lot to do with psychology. People do it every day. It's like different levels of psychosis. Like everybody has psychosis. I don't know if anybody knows what that means, but it's a basically it's like a lie, right? You accepting a lie in lieu of the truth to help you feel better about something. That's basically what it amounts to. And we do this. A lot of, your average person, they do that on a daily basis on multiple occasions, and they're just compounded, and they build up, and they're just layered, and this is over years and years. And you do it every time you go by Walmart and you pass a homeless guy saying he's a veteran, he's got nothing, anything helps. And you got to change, you got a couple dollars. I have, I've stopped, I've given change and stuff because the way that whole thought process plays out is you look at him and you think, oh, he's probably got a hotel down the street. He's probably, probably has more money than I do, or he's just gonna drink. He's gonna drink it all up, or he's just gonna get high, or whatever. And you don't know. You actually don't know. But you're choosing to believe something isn't that isn't real, and you're accepting that as fact, so that you don't have to accept the very real possibility that you're selfish, you're greedy, you're judgmental, you don't really care. you know, like that's a real thing. That's a real thing. We would rather believe that the fault is in somebody else than to accept that I could spare it, but I don't want to. It doesn't. It's not my responsibility to. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying it's not my responsibility to. And it's like, okay, well, cool. Now we know. Now we know what we can expect from you. And like you can't you can't live somewhere like federal prison and not at some point in time be generous just to be generous. I mean, yeah, everybody's a killer and everybody will go and everybody's got bangers and stuff, but you run into a lot of polite people that will give you whatever you ask for if they see that you're a good dude and you don't ride on no one's coattails, you don't disrespect anybody, and they'll ask. You see the same people doing the same things every day. So if I stepped out onto the tier first thing in the morning and I'm just standing there and one of the guys looks at me, they're going to say, man, where's your cup? You got coffee? Do you need a shot? You got something to eat? And I'd be like, no, I'm good, man. I haven't made myself my cup yet, but thank you. And then there'd be a day where you did have coffee and this person offered you some before, so you say, hey man, you still got it like that? Can I get a shot from you or whatever? And they're like, yeah man, cool, don't worry about it, don't trip. And they'll probably give you a shot for now and for a couple of days, just so that you don't have to go around every day asking. You have to be kind. Nothing comes from nothing. You can't expect things in life and you're just not putting anything out there, into the universe, like energy wise and stuff. And yeah, I'm like that. I am like that. I'm not particularly religious, but I have my beliefs. And these beliefs are, they transcend race, religion, politics, gender, geographical location, all that. These things are laws that exist for everybody, and will stand the test of time because they're simple things that hold really deep meanings that I have learned over the years. Things you hear every day, like people say it, you get what goes around. What goes up must come down. For every action there's a reaction. Like these things are just simple. They're simple sayings, right, that have been said for years on end, and they're just so commonplace now that nobody really stops and dissects the meaning of that. Like, it really does work like that. You can't you can't generate something from nothing. You have to invest, whether that be energy or hard work or goodwill, or just being positive, because being positive to somebody takes effort, and that effort makes a difference. Something as simple as a cashier saying, have a nice day, and you could say, thanks, you too, and you walk off, and that doesn't really feel like anything happens there. But when you really mean it, you say, thanks, you too. And I've heard it. I've heard the inflection in their voice when they say thanks, because they've never heard somebody actually mean it. It takes effort on your part, but you made that person feel good. And now they're going to turn around and they're going to really, have a positive interaction with the next person. And that's how you make a difference. And that's how you make a difference every day. And that's how you make a difference throughout the day. You invest yourself in something. I guarantee you the universe is going to pay attention, and it's going to give you opportunities. I am I would definitely say that I'm an example of that. I have literally I have no idea where I was going to go with that.